Finding problems? That's easy. They exist in every community. I'm Terry Springs, your host. We're looking deeper, and we are talking solutions, finding out how we all can make a difference. Now on Talking Solutions, Nevada's Big Give. I want to say welcome to Stacy Wedding. You are one of the founders of Nevada's Big Give.
Yes, I sure was, Terry. It feels like eons ago, but what a fun time to get that started, going on its 7th year now.
Time flies. Also in studio with us today, Lori Mann.
Yes, and I'm so glad to be a part of this. Last year was my first year, and we're just looking forward to great things this year. So thanks for having us on your show, Terry.
Glad to have you both in. This is a really neat topic to share with everyone. Lori, you're with United Way?
Yeah, United Way is powering Nevada's Big Give. For us, it's a perfect fit. We unite our community to improve lives, and Nevada's Big Give is one big day for the whole state of Nevada to come together for online giving. It's held on March 22nd, and donors from across the state will make a huge impact on that day.
It really makes sense because United Way is involved with all kinds of different charities, and that's exactly what we're talking about with Nevada's Big Give. I know the charity that I'm on the board for is part of Nevada's Big Give every year, and gosh, there's hundreds and hundreds of different groups that you can impact with donations on that date.
Absolutely. You know, to date, we have had over 500 organizations, nonprofits, and schools throughout the state of Nevada that have benefited from their participation in the Big Give. So it's a perfect opportunity for someone who wants to support a favorite charity and then find a new charity to support as well.
Stacy, I remember it from the very beginning. You're saying it's the 7th annual now.
Yes.
I remember when it was just starting, and I distinctly remember Paula Francis on Channel 8 that day in the news talking about how we're going to try to raise $1 million among people here in Nevada, all giving to these different charities. And the amount that you've raised has to have increased every year.
Every year we have seen an uptick, which is exactly what we want, right? And what's best for the state of Nevada. And in total, it's been $3.4 million that has been raised since the inception. So very exciting. And then last year we raised about $757,000. And I would still love to see that $1 million mark. So come on, Nevadans, come make that possible this year.
It can happen.
Yes.
And one of these days it's going to happen. We might as well make it on this year's Nevada Big Give, which is March 22nd.
Yes.
This year, we have more of a statewide effort than ever before. We've really seen our friends up in northern Nevada support this and get on board. And we would encourage you to also spread the word up to northern Nevada so that really, as a state, we make this a huge effort.
Come on, Elko. Come on, Winnemucca. Everybody, come and be a part of it. It's Nevada's Big Give. It's not just southern Nevada's Big Give. We're going for the whole state, and this is a big state.
It is.
I'm always on the Nevada's Big Give website on the day when it's actually occurring because I can see what the top earning charities are, and I'm always watching it hour to hour to see where the money's going because in itself, that is exciting to see.
It is. I think everyone gets glued to their phone or their electronic device that day, looking every 15 minutes. It's updated with the most current figures. So anything that's happened in that last 15 minutes, you can see live and get kind of real-time information about how the charities are performing and what donors are doing.
It's fun to watch. And the thing is, think about it. We all shop online. I buy my groceries online now and then just drive up and let them put it in the trunk. Everything's so online. Why shouldn't our day of giving also be online?
You're right about that, and it really unites our state. So it is the entire state of Nevada that gets involved, and we give these nonprofit organizations tools to help them raise money online because a lot of us are new at that, and we need the tips, the tricks to be able to effectively raise money online.
Lori, one of the saddest things, though, is when a charity on the day of Nevada's Big Give says, oh, I wish we would have known about this, or I wish we would have planned for it because it's important for whatever the charity is. 501c3 charities.
Yes.
It's important to set it up because otherwise, day of, you go and you search for your favorite charity. If they haven't planned in advance to be part of Nevada's Big Give, you're not going to find them listed.
That's so true. And it's not just being set up on the website, it's all the training they receive along the way. So really the hope is that we're providing this whole toolkit for nonprofit organizations, training to involve their board, to get sponsors, social media training, a whole communications timeline, social media tools. So really, if they're involved in the Big Give, we're recruiting nonprofits right now, they'll get a whole toolkit that will help them throughout the year, not just on March 22nd.
How do the nonprofits get involved with this training? It sounds very worthwhile.
nvbiggive.org. It's It's so simple. Again, it's just online, like our whole giving effort is online. They go to nvbiggive.org.
Got that. nvbiggive.org. Like always, the links and all the information will be on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with a podcast of our discussion today. How did you come up with this, Stacy, where you were part of the genesis of Nevada's Big Give?
Well, believe it or not, it was a coffee shop conversation, and I was sitting there with a friend, and I'm a local Las Vegan and Nevadan and proud of the state. And we were talking about how people are generous and are oftentimes looking how to connect to this community, especially people who may be new to town and looking to figure out how can they make a difference and make an impact. So through some research and seeing some other things that had been happening across the country, including one huge day called Give to the Max Day that happens in Minnesota, we started saying, why don't we do something like that here in Nevada? One day, 24 hours of online giving to benefit our great state and benefit the charities that are making our lives better. It started with just that seed of an idea, looking at what others were doing, and wow, it grew from there.
Definitely, it's grown. And all the stuff that we see happening when you peek online on Nevada's Big Give on March 22nd this year, you do see a lot happening. There are some bonuses or something for those top earning charities. Is that right?
Yes. We divide charities into small, medium, and large. And so the charities that are in each of those categories based on budget size receive a financial prize. If they made the top 3 that raised the most dollars that day, get a prize. But then along with that, we also have fun little power hours and golden tickets that happen throughout the day. So if you happen to be one of those donors that gives in a certain hour and you are randomly selected, then your charity gets an extra cash prize incentive. It's something to really keep the excitement going throughout the day.
It's like adding fun and games to donating to charity.
Absolutely. That was the intent. Giving can be fun.
Well, it sounds like with Nevada's Big Give, which is scheduled this year for March 22nd, it's important for these 501c3 charities. And I think everybody's got a favorite cause. So whether or not you're involved directly as a volunteer for a charity, or if you're like me, not only a volunteer, but also one of the members of the board for the charity that I work with, you need to get the word back to them and just check. Say, I just want to make sure you guys are set up for Nevada's Big Give, because it couldn't be any easier. Charities work so hard for the funds that they need to be able to do their good work. Here's a one-day opportunity that can make a huge difference.
And we should mention, Terry, that March 1st is the registration deadline. So time is upon us. We're really encouraging everyone to step up, go online at nvbiggive.org to get registered so they can be in that list of all of the charities for donors to choose from. But in addition to that, making sure that they get the word out to their own supporters, their volunteers, their board members. And then it's just like any crowdfunding campaign. Those people then spread it to their friends. And before you know it, you hopefully are raising a lot of money that day.
Get everybody involved, aware that March 22nd is the day. Spread the word, help us with that. And then on the day itself, get in there and make your donation so we can make a real difference for these wonderful charities.
Yeah, we'd also like to mention that schools can participate as well. So we'd love to have our local schools. It's a great opportunity for them. And not only do we hope that nonprofits sign up, we hope that they take advantage of all the training opportunities that we provide.
Are there any prerequisites for a charity to become involved and become a recipient of the dollars that they can get through Nevada's Big Give? Certainly a 501c3, right?
That is the prerequisite. And then for schools, of course, making sure that they're public schools or 501c3 private schools, so they have that designation and their charitable status. That's about it. So it's pretty easy form of entry, and making sure, of course, that a majority of what they're doing and who they're serving is in the state of Nevada.
Is there anything that is different with this year's 7th annual Nevada's Big Give?
Yes, this year we have a new website, and we did that because we wanted to make it easier for local nonprofits and easier for donors to get involved. So we've got a new platform, a new training, and when you come online, when local nonprofits come online, they'll see the difference this year that a new website platform can make.
Wait until you, as a donor, look on the Nevada's Big Give website, which is nvbiggive.org, and you look through the list of charities. You're going to be totally amazed amazed at how many different groups there are that you can have a positive impact with.
Also, in addition to all of the training, we are so excited that Nevada's Big Give is being powered by United Way. United Way has such tremendous capacity and resources and reach into our community that we couldn't ask for a better partner. So as someone who helped found this idea and concept years ago, to see it living at a great, stable organization that's got the credibility that it does, we're incredibly proud of that.
I was part, Stacy, of that first Nevada's Big Give because I was just enchanted with the idea to encourage everybody to get out there and make a difference and put it all together and make it look like a big glob of money, because that's what it is. You haven't heard it being described, have you, as a big glob of money? But yes, I'd like to come up with those terms for you. I remember that very first year. It started me donating on a monthly basis because I know on the website I had a choice of making a one-time donation during Nevada's Big Give, or if I wanted to make it a monthly type donation, I could also do that. I would like to say I started it on that day, and every month since I have donated to the Poppy Foundation.
That's a great testimonial. We need to use that because that's exactly what charities are hoping for, right? Is that it's perhaps an entry point into their organization, that someone then gets connected and engaged in more ways through volunteerism, through monthly giving, perhaps through board service at some point.
Done it, done it, done it. That's absolutely true. And the thing is, my donation in itself was not huge, but when you take and add it with all the others, there's that big glob of money I was just talking about. And the thing is, when you do whatever your donation level is that you can accommodate in your budget, and you make it a monthly thing, you don't even notice it.
Yeah, your gift could start as low as $5, and really what we're hoping to do is build a culture of philanthropy among younger donors. It's so easy. You just go online and give, and like you said, then you can just make a monthly donation. And if we don't all join together and give, what will happen to our community?
We have a very generous giving community here in Las Vegas. Today in the studio, we have Stacy Wedding and also Lori Mann, and we're talking about Nevada's Big Give. The actual date for this year's event is not far away. It's March 22nd. And as Lori said, we have a date for 501c3 charities or schools getting involved of March 1st. So it's not like you can come up on the night before and go, oh, we got to get in on this thing. It doesn't work that way. So we need to get you set up properly. It's not hard to do. You can find out everything you need to know by going to nvbiggive.org. Of course, we'll have that information, links, and everything on the Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our interview today. One of the things that we always ask Stacy and Lori as part of Talking Solutions is, what can we do to help you?
Terry, thank you so much for inviting us. We don't take this opportunity lightly to engage our whole community. And that's what we're hoping, is that people listen to this and get involved and get excited about March 22nd. They go to nvbiggive.org today and they jump in line and help us to really make a difference on one day.
I would add that we always enjoy and benefit from having an army of ambassadors, right? Big Give ambassadors who are out there sharing that this exists, talking about this with friends, family, neighbors, whomever you come into contact with. And of course, if you're big on social media, and I know many of us are these days, being able to send out that tweet or that Facebook post, it's amazing how much of this happens organically through things like social media. And, there's also groups who've done old-fashioned phone calls, and that's worked too. So whatever mode of communication works.
Just get the word out. Stacy, I think it's going to be really interesting. We're going to get to that $1 million amount. Will it be this year? I don't know. That's yet to be determined. But there's plenty of time to do it. And with our small donations all combined together, we can make a huge impact for charities and schools in the state of Nevada on March 22nd. But the time is not far away. And as a small charity like the one that I'm involved with, it's really important for us to get the word out to all of our thousands of supporters on our Facebook page. We need to use social media. We need to put up signage, do whatever we have to do to get the word out. Because my small donation, if I can also spread the word to a whole bunch more people, becomes much more of an impact to the charity that I care about.
We have seen success stories with other nonprofits that have participated who challenge their board members to go find 3 new people to invite to be a part of the day. And it's fun. Some of them have actually done things like setting up individual board member fundraising pages for the organization they're trying to support. You could go and see Terry Springs' own individual fundraising page. It also holds people accountable, and some of those same charities have had this big, audacious, Big Give trophy where they have actually ended up giving that to the board member who raised the most on that day, and they have fun with it, right? The key here is having fun, making giving fun, because it is fun, and we're also helping our communities along the way.
Well, coming out of radio and having been a DJ all these years, I'm like, maybe if we had that top fundraiser, we could give them some cool prize. It could happen.
Absolutely.
So it's just as crazy as we want to make it.
It is.
To get the word out and to get people all fired up and ready to help with Nevada's Big Give.
Totally.
But the time is going quickly. nvbiggive.org. The deadline for signing up a charity or a school is March 1st, and the actual event is March 22nd. And I know that there's going to be people out there, and I'm sure that there is every year, someone who turns on the news on March 22nd, hears that it's Nevada's Big Give and goes, oh, I want to get my charity involved. No, you can't do that. You got to get your charity involved no later than March 1st, which gives you the opportunity to also build a groundswell of people who are also fired up to make it a bigger event. You know, the people who hear about Nevada's Big Give for the first time on March 22nd, you can still donate on that day. Go ahead, go to town on that. But as far as getting a charity involved, we have to set that up in advance. Is it still Razoo?
No, GiveGab is the new technology platform.
See, but I've been on Razoo. That's where I started with it.
And we're anxious to hear what you think about it. We've gotten positive feedback. People are saying it's very user-friendly and it's meeting their needs. So it was a difficult decision, but one we made judiciously and are proud of because GiveGab has a great track record.
GiveGab sounds kind of cute.
Yeah.
And as far as the time as a donor that it will take you on the day of Nevada's Big Give on March 22nd, seriously, this is mere moments. You sign on to the website. Maybe you already have in the back of your mind, this is the charity I want to support. This is how much I can afford to give. It's either going to be a one-time or an ongoing monthly type donation. Get it in there, make the numbers rise, and make your charity proud of you.
Absolutely. And I really like how you talked about building up a groundswell and that momentum. And really, it's just every little donation, everybody gathering together on this one day.
Right. And Lori, it's exponential because when I'm a donor, but I can also be infectious in my enthusiasm, my passion for my charity, and this day where they can get a whole lot of money to help the animals that we help. It really does make a difference because my one donation all by itself is nice. But if I can do that donation also inspiring other people to donate, wow, what can we do when that happens?
I love how conversational you are.
It is.
And energizing.
It makes it so, and you get it. Man, you get this better.
I do it every year.
You could tell you do it just by listening to you. I love hearing your story.
I wish you got to hear all of Stacy's story.
All of your story? It goes beyond the coffee shop?
Yes, it does.
Tell me.
Are you talking about growing up with philanthropy? Yeah. When I was 2 years old, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and had my mom and dad very involved in volunteerism and philanthropy in the community. They were my role models and inspiration. And so we as a family used to volunteer and go do the walkathons and go raise money. And I'd stand out in front of the grocery stores soliciting dollars and donations. That just got in my blood. And so it became more than just wanting to help people with my disease, but also helping other people with other needs. So it's been part of my passion and calling in life, and that's kind of what led to this.
Raising kids to understand how important it is to give back is a big deal. It really is effective. And Nevada's Big Give is a great opportunity on March 22nd for parents to say, let's talk a little bit about how important giving is. I'm going to give you kids each $5, $10, whatever. Go with me on this website. Let's look on the computer or on your tablet and let's see, what charity would you like to donate to? Sounds to me, Stacy, like probably as a youngster being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, maybe you were doing stuff for JDRF.
Yes.
And I'm sure that they'll be a part of Nevada's Big Give this year, like I'm sure they have been all the years previous. But it's really important to give kids this wonderful path. You get so much back from philanthropy and giving. Why wouldn't a parent want to share that with their kids?
It starts when you're young, and you hear so many people who are philanthropic today, whether it's with their time, talent, or treasure, they all talk about getting involved when they were younger. And the genesis started with that grandparent, that parent, that friend hearing something. So I hope that parents that are involved in this is a great opportunity and using the technology that kids can relate to today to be a part of something big for our state.
We all get a really positive splashback when we give. So when your kids learn how good it feels to give, all that's going to do is encourage them.
Yes.
My friend Mary Leonville, who wrote the book, What's Your Philanthropic Footprint? And is here locally in Las Vegas, got her giving focus from her dad. She grew up in Texas. He was very giving in the community, and she learned as a kid that this was a very positive thing to be part of the community and really get involved and give back. Starting out like that, it really can make for big things in your future.
Absolutely.
Terry, you've really inspired me today, and I'm already inspired, and I just want to get on board, so thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Yes.
I want everybody to have a big gob of money.
Well, we've already raised over $3.4 million, so hopefully we'll be adding $1 million more to it this year.
Well, I'll be looking for those totals. And I'm sure it's going to be on the news like it was when I first heard of it. But it's Nevada's Big Give coming up March 22nd. We've got that March 1st date. That is the deadline for charities and some schools to get involved so that they can benefit. Stacey Wedding, one of the creators of Nevada's Big Give. When you realize that this much money, more than $3.4 million, Lori mentioned, has been given over the years that we've had Nevada's Big Give, how does that make you feel?
It's incredibly humbling, and it makes me so proud to be a Nevadan. As someone who has benefited from so many of the charities and schools that are even on this list, I'm proud, I'm happy, I'm grateful that they're all getting support. I'm grateful that our state is willing to come together, and I think we've all seen it in times of need in this community and in times that there's a call to action. Our community comes together.
I always say one person can make a difference. And in this case, think of what a difference you've been able to make from that coffee shop conversation years ago about Nevada's Big Give.
It's been my honor.
Big footprint, girl.
Thank you.
Big impact on the state. Stacey, Lori, is there anything I'm forgetting?
No, we just want to call people to action. Give where you live on March 22nd at nvbiggive.org.
I love that. Stacey Wedding and also Lori Mann, thank you so much for coming in today to tell us all about Nevada's Big Give.
Thank you, Terry.
for having us.